Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. So excited to have everyone here. As you hop in, I'm going to actually ask you to, type in to the box your name, where you are from, your pull-up goals, and where you are currently stuck. So I want you to put that in the chat box. So your name, where you're from, your pull-up goals, and where you're currently stuck. We're going to give some time for some people to hop in here on Sunday, but I'm super excited to have you all here today for us to learn more with our pull-ups, my favorite thing in the world, attached to my bedroom door right there. So your name, where you are from, what your pull-up goals are, and where you're currently stuck. So if you could just write that in the chat box, we can all kind of get to know each other. And we're going to give some time for some people to hop in. Ooh, actually, somebody else just registered. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. From Tampa, hoping to get a couple more pull-ups. You just got our first pull-up, which is very exciting. Very, very exciting. It was awesome. She went from 0 to her first pull. Actually, you did like one and a half, I think, which is pretty amazing. Jesse from Germany, living in Switzerland. I can't even pull myself up 1 centimeter. That's okay. That's what I specialize in. So I got you. If you're not even able to do much with your pull-up yet, then we're definitely going to go over that. Rachel from Switzerland, amazing. Awesome. Emily, Los Angeles, currently can't really get one, but I think the muscle is there. But yes, for sure. A lot of you might be strong enough to have your pull-up already. It's just trying to figure out how to get the muscles to fire correctly. Sophia from Argentina, I'm trying to, but I can't get one pull-up. Welcome. Amber, State College, PA, to get my first pull-up. I'm stuck at the bottom. I was a queen of assisted pull-ups until I gave up on a goal 4 years ago, and time to go for it. Yes, for sure. And a lot of people can become queens of the assisted pull-up, which we're going to talk about how you really need to get off that band as much as possible. Hi, Amy from Ottawa. No upper body strength, but I want to do one pull-up so bad. So let's do it. Yes, Amy, let's get that first pull-up. I love it. I love it. I'm going to give everybody probably like another 4 minutes to hop in because I know how it is when people run in late. We are going to be doing a little bit of a workout today. You don't technically need your bar. I mean, if you have a bar, that would be great. We are going to do some movements. I'm going to take you through some of my my process for helping people get their pull-ups. But if you do have a bar, definitely be around one. But we're going to go through a lot of different basics here. Stephanie from Phoenix, strong feels good. My half pull-up is sad. It's not sad. You got to celebrate your half pull-up. Rocking the strong feels good hoodie today. It's so comfy. Yes, yes. I love me some strong feels good hoodies. Awesome. Jocelyn from New York, my goal is to get my first pull-up. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So a lot of people on here trying to get their first pull-up. If you already have pull-ups, this is also great. We can help you double your pull-ups. A lot of people, if they come into the stuff that we do, they actually can double them. Or maybe you're just trying to get yours to feel a little bit more fluid and natural, right? Because sometimes you're kind of using your legs and kicking your body and doing all sorts of stuff to get up on the bar. So really excited to be in here today. All right. So 3 more minutes. Keep on messaging in here. Again, if you're new and you're just hopping in here, we are writing in the chat box your name, where you're from, your pull-up goals, where you are currently stuck. From Malaysia, pull-up goals to do first pull-up, stuck at the bottom too. Thanks for doing this. Of course, yes. A lot of people can get stuck at the bottom of their pull-up. So from California, awesome. Same for me. Yeah, so a lot of similarities in here. So first off, knowing that you're not alone in wherever you're stuck with your pull-up, and knowing that it is totally possible for you. And there is you'll see so many people who are able to finally hit their goal. Let's see, 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. Awesome. Again, if you're new and you're just hopping in, your name, where you are from, your pull-up goals, and where you are currently stuck. Pretty cool that we have a nice little international crew in here. So that's very cool. Your name, where you're from, your pull-up goals. Awesome. Lots of people hopping in here. I feel like I'm going to keep looking. Kathleen from Ontario, Canada, and wants my first pull-up, stuck at the bottom. Yep. A lot of people get stuck there. Don't worry. We'll review all that stuff to try and see if we can get you unstuck at the bottom. Awesome. More people hopping in. And again, as you're hopping in, your name, where you're from, your pull-up goals. Kelsey from Ontario, another Ontario, decent with a band, but can't get one. Can't do anything with that one. Yep, happens all the time. stuck about a fourth of the way up. Okay, also very common. I'm from England, have strength in my core, my lower body, but terrible upper body strength. Want to be my year to do pull up. Yes, 2022 is the year to get the pull up. Why not? We got Canada here, wanted my first pull up ever, but currently back on track. It's worth 7 months ago. Yep, you can totally, that's a great way to get back in shape from all of that, is to work on your pull up. Because North Carolina, I'm getting stuck at 2 reps and have to kick hard to get the 3. Yeah. Sometimes that happens as well. You're using literally your entire body to get up. All right, 1 more minute and then we will get started. And again, as I was telling everyone in here before, we are going to be doing a little bit of a little workout. You don't technically need a bar, but if you do have one, that's actually a little helpful towards the end. We'll use it. But if not, I'll send you the replay this after. You can do the workout after for it. Saudi, most of the time I feel stuck at the bottom, although have managed to get a rep here and there. That happens sometimes too. Awesome. All right. So we're going to get on started and people will hop in as they come. I had been working on pull-ups and got COVID last year and pushed back progress. Need to get back on track. Awesome. I am here. I'm here to help you. So happy to have you all here today on a Sunday. Sunday is my favorite day to actually do this type of thing. And thank you so much for being vulnerable and for sharing where you are stuck on your pull-up and where you're at in your pull-up journey, and knowing that you're not alone. It can be super frustrating when you're like, I pretty much feel like I'm strong enough to do this and I can't, or you're doing it on the assisted band and you're cranking it out. And then you go to get rid of the band and it's just like nothing's happening. And that could be super frustrating. So first things first, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Angela Gargano. I'm a 4-time American Ninja Warrior, 3-time cover girl, but most importantly and most dear to my heart is that I'm the creator of Pull Up Revolution, which has helped over 500 women conquer their pull up and revolutionize the way they feel about their body. So I'm really passionate about what I do. And everyone always asks me why pull-ups. I'll get into a little bit of that. Some of the other day I was like, why'd you choose pull-ups? I'm like, okay. Like, I'll tell you why. So this is just a quick video of one of my clients, Liz. You might have seen her on my page, Liz Flosser. She literally started hanging on the pull-up bar like this and now can crank out over 10 with no problem. Okay. Imagine that, her coming in here and just feeling like I'm never going to be able to do this. And now check this out. Oh, it's so exciting. Just like watch the ending. This is her going for 10.
Oh my God, you got this.
Oh my God. I mean, that feeling, that excitement of her getting her pull up, it's so much more than just the pull up. So little things from some of the programs that I've done is you feel stronger. I see it and I feel it. When you're working on your pull up, yes, you're going to get this amazing skill of getting your pull up, but you're also going to tone up your body. You're going to look amazing and you're going to feel more confident. Really excited about the progress. Let's see over here. Someone came in the program, they doubled their pull-ups. They feel more connected and they really liked the structure and the complete mind body thinking. When I coach you guys, we're not just giving you a plan and we're like, here you go. We are literally with you the entire time. I want you to succeed. I want you to understand where you personally are at, because everybody's gets stuck at different places. Okay. So trying to make sure I keep track of all these things on here. Okay. So it's more than just a pull-up. You're going to increase your confidence. It's going to teach you patience and consistency. It's going to give you something to work towards, right? Because how many times anyone sometimes go to the gym and you're just like, oh, I got to go to the gym again. It's like, that's how I feel sometimes. And having a specific goal that you're working toward is going to be a game changer. Once you conquer it, which you will, it's going to open up the idea that the impossible is impossible. I've seen so many people who have gone through my program who they get the pull up. And then after that, they're like, oh, well, maybe I can do this now. Maybe I can quit my job. Maybe I can do this. There's so many things that become so much more possible once you start working on your pull up and you finally conquer it. The benefits, obviously there's physical benefits here. It tones up your entire body, not just your arms, all while not even having to think about that, right? It will tone up your entire body and you're not even thinking about that. All you're thinking about is, will I be able to get up on the top of that bar? And then all of a sudden your body has transformed. You're like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. It improves your overhead mobility and grip strength and improves the ability to recruit back muscles, improves core stability and strength. So many benefits here. So if you're not as pumped up as me right now to get a damn pull up, it's like, this should pump you up to be able to be doing it. So much more than just a pull up. So where do we start? Like, what do we do? Where does this entire journey start? So, we need to start with what the pull-up looks like, because if you don't know what the hell this pull-up looks like right now, you're not going to know how to actually do it, right? You're not going to be able to actually do it. So I'm actually going to stop sharing for a second and we're going to spotlight here. We're going to walk through what the pull-up looks like first. So this way you can see exactly the form, and I'm going to meticulously break it down right now. Okay. So everyone ready for that? We're thumbs up. We're going to break down the pull-up. Awesome. Okay, cool. So this is my pull-up bar in, in my house. And if anybody wants the link to it, let me know. This is the one that I love so much. We're going to break down exactly what it looks like, and I'm going to show you where your muscles are supposed to be firing. So first step to your pull-up, you obviously need to be able to hang, okay? You want your hands to be shoulder width apart. Now, I am showing you the classic pull-up. Can you do a pull-up with your hands closer, wider? Absolutely. It's going to recruit different muscles, though it's going to work a little differently. I want to teach you the classic pull-up first, because once you conquer that, you can do the rest of them. Okay, so over here, hands are a little bit further than shoulder width apart. Okay, you don't want to be too narrow, you don't want to be too wide. You're going to start super classic. First step is being able to hang on the bar. Okay, you got to be able to hang. Okay, I always tell my clients, if you can hang for 30 seconds or more, you're pretty good. Okay, if you're hopping up right now and you're hanging and at like 10 seconds you're feeling a little then definitely the first step for you is going to be practicing that hanging, be able to hang on the bar. And unfortunately, it's not going to make you taller. I've tried it. You hang on the bar. I'm like, am I going to get a little taller from this? But it's going to be really great for your overhead range of motion and so many different things. So that's step number one, hang on the bar. Step number two, believe it or not, your pull-up is a full body movement. So you need to squeeze your ass. Okay, this needs to be squeezed. Okay, you're not just like hanging there like free, you're squeezing it. So you literally want to squeeze your butt. So you've got two different places that you can put your feet. Number one, you can put your feet behind you and cross and squeeze the glutes. Number two, you can put your feet in front of you, flex the toes and squeeze it. I hope you like my fluffy socks right now. Okay, so hands a little bit further than shoulder width apart. Feet either behind you or in front of you, with squeezing your glutes and making sure you're keeping everything nice and tight. Okay, next one we've got here, you got to shrug the shoulders. Now the whole reason you need to shrug your shoulders is to activate your lats. Okay, that is the piece where most people get stuck. So if you're, who's stuck at the bottom, you can raise your hand. Stuck on the bottom. Okay, if you're stuck on the bottom, it's probably because your lats aren't firing. Okay, so that's the first step where you'll start, but you have to make sure that you activate the lats and get your shoulders away from your ears. Okay, so hands shoulder width apart. I'm going to do it with my feet behind me. I'm going to squeeze my glutes. Okay, and now watch. See how my ears are tucked to my shoulders right now like this? Okay, I'm going to lift up. Okay, that's activating the lats. Okay, that can be a really hard thing for a lot of people. Once you're here, you need to drive these elbows towards your rib cage, chin above the bar, and then you're going to lower it down. Now, I said elbows to your rib cage. Why do I say that? Because sometimes a lot of people will do their pull-up and their elbows will kind of lean forward. I call them T-Rex arms. They're like, in the front. Okay, you want to try and get your elbows to your rib cage, so bringing them down, driving those elbows down. Okay, I say lower down with the pull-up. Obviously, when you first get your pull-up, you might get excited and kind of drop down, but you do want to have control from the top to the bottom. But the biggest thing here is we used our entire body there. We used our core, we used our glutes. Okay, we made sure that we were in control of each movement. We're not just throwing ourselves up. A lot of people get caught up in having this hunch on their shoulders, right, from doing their pull-up. Okay, and we want to make sure that you have each step in there. Okay, so now we know what the pull-up is supposed to look like. Obviously, right, I just did it, and then you might jump up on there and be like, yeah, well, I can't do it like that. Okay, right, because a lot of times like you might see something online and you might be like, okay, this is great, but like when I go to do it, it does not look like that. Okay, so we're going to break down a few different things to figure out where you personally are at right now. So let me just I'm going to have to keep going in and out of this. So we're going to share my screen again. So what's the pull-up supposed to look like? We just went through that. So now we're going to go back. I think I'm just going to keep it up like this. There we go. All right, so what's the pull-up supposed to look like? We're going to go through and I'm going to show you another awesome person who crushed their pull-up. So we've got Kasim right there. She's in the group right now. This actually wasn't her first pull-up. I like put the wrong video in here, but she did just get her pull-up all the way up, but she started here just hanging the bar. And another quote from some of the programs that I've done before, it's easy enough to do a pull-up workout or two off the internet and follow a generalized plan, but doing that also makes it easy to get hurt. It's important to have individual techniques along the way that build a foundation for a safe pull-up. That's super true. That's exactly why I do my pull-up revolution program, because literally everybody is so different. You're so different from where you're starting. And sometimes you need little personal tweaks in order to actually finally get up there and get up there faster, and not being like, I'm trying to get a pull-up now for 2 years and I'm still in a band. And a favorite part of their program was, hands down, it was the one-on-one direction. Each of us come with our own sets of strengths and weaknesses. And unfortunately, most programs can't address the participants individually. We do address you individually in the pull-up revolution coaching program. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So anyways, next one, 3 key factors to getting your pull-up. Now, this is my science. This is what I've created. Again, I've had this program now for years. I've had this program. 3 main factors that always help people get their pull-up. You got to have 3 things. You got to be mobile, you got to be stable, and you got to be strong. 3 different things. So what does that mean? Being mobile means being able to get your body in a certain range of motion and then be able to functionally work there. Okay, super important. Being stable, you've got a lot of shit going on in your shoulders. Okay, this just looks like shoulders, right? There's a lot of things going on in here. Okay, there's muscles, there's all sorts of stuff happening in here. We need to make sure our shoulders are stable so that you can actually make sure that you can do your pull-up without getting injured. And number 3, obviously we got to get strong. We got to get those muscles to work. We got to get those muscles to be like, oh, okay, I'm strong enough to get my entire body weight up. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to check our overhead mobility. So each of us are going to do this right now. So what I want you to do is, I want you to, if you can find a wall, if you can't find a wall, we can do it on the floor, but I'm going to show you against the wall how to figure out where your overhead range of motion is. So if you can find a wall, you're going to go against it. Okay. You're going to get into like a wall sit position. You're going to inhale, exhale, push the low back to the ground, so low back to the wall. So you have to make sure when you're doing this test right now that you are pushing the low back to the wall the entire time. Okay. You can't be arching it. Okay. You're going to take your thumbs, let's have them facing up. Inhale, exhale, raise your arms and see if you can touch your thumbs to the wall. Okay. See if you can get there while maintaining that back push. Okay. The reason we do it against the wall, because if I ask you your overhead range and you do this, that's not actually where your range goes, right? You want to make sure your core is nice and tight. So inhale, exhale, take the thumbs, put them up, hold, see where you're at, and then come back down. So if you can, in the box right now, I want you to write where you were at with that. Some of you may be all the way up. Awesome. That's great. Some of you may have a hard time getting up there, right? You're up there and you're like, oh, it's a little uncomfortable, right? That's okay. That doesn't mean you can't get your pull up, but that means this is a spot we can work on so you can help achieve your pull up faster. Because where's your pull up? Where are your arms when you're doing a pull up? They're over your head, right? So you got to be able to put your hands there so that you can actually get your pull up. So write in the chat box here where you're at with that. Are you able to touch the wall? Are you over here? Again, this is not saying that you're never gonna be able to get a pull up. This is saying, hey, we can work on this and this is gonna help you get your pull up faster, okay? Which people tend to not talk about this all the time, right? There's all these like drills online, like these fancy drills and shit. I'm like, no, the first step is here. Let's check this out. Can touch, awesome. All the way up is slightly uncomfortable. Okay, so it's something we can work on. Can get my thumbs there, but struggling to keep back against the wall. Yep, so it's again showing that we can work on that range all the way up, but very uncomfortable. Left arm is a little harder than, and yes, and you might notice that as well. You might notice that one arm might be a little tougher to get up than the other arm. All the way up. Awesome. So we got some people who are all the way up. We got some people who are a little uncomfortable when we get there. But again, this is something we can work towards to get our pull up faster. Full range, can't get all the way up, shoulder blades feel stuck. Okay, awesome. Again, this is stuff that we can work on. So it's really identifying where you are at now so that we can, again, get this pull up faster. So we just checked our overhead, our mobility. Really, really important. Now, next thing we're going to do, and again, this is all, we got to figure out where you're at, right? So we can figure out where you want to go, how we can get there. We're going to determine what phase you are in. So if you don't have a pull-up bar, you're not going to be able to do this, but I would still sit in, watch this because you can determine it later. So what you're going to do is you're going to jump up and you're going to attempt your pull-up, okay? Without a band, 0 band. So you're going to jump up and see where you can go with all the form cues I gave you. So you're hanging, you're crossing, or your feet are in front of you. you're gonna try and shrug, and you're just gonna go to where you can. Go to where you can. If you have a bar right now, attempt it. And then we are going to figure out what phase you are currently in so we can figure out where you wanna go. Awesome. Rachel, what an awesome, like, I don't know if you're in a gym or your house, but that is so cool. I love the brick walls and all that. Awesome. So yeah, just attempt it and see where you're at. If it's nothing, it's okay. Don't don't be judging yourself if you don't have anything. Let's talk about the phase of where you're at. Okay. So I made these phases. So if you ever see these online, they're mine. I fully made these from all the people that I've worked with for the years, the 500 women that I've been with. Okay. So phase number 1, you can hang on the bar for a few seconds, but that's it. Raise your hand if maybe that's you. Okay. All right. Phase 2, can hang on the bar for 20 to 30 seconds at least and get that initial shrug of the pull up, but stuck getting anywhere past that. So you're kind of just like shrugging. Anyone? Raise your hand. You can write it in the box too. You can write what phase you're in once we get there. Hanging is no problem at all for phase 3. You can shrug and get a slight bend in the elbow, slight bend. Okay. That's phase 3. Phase 4, you can shrug and get about halfway in the pull up, but you might be using your shoulders too much. So you might be kind of hunching and you're starting to pull with maybe one side more than the other. That happens all the time. Okay, we got phase 1, phase 2. Awesome. Yeah, feel free to write your phase when we go through them. Phase 5, you were able to get one full pull up, but it may not be easy and you might be using your shoulders a bit more to get the chin up. Phase 6, your pull up is seeming easier and now you're trying to connect 1 to 3 pull ups. Phase 7, you're cranking out 1 to 3 pull ups, no problem, but slows down after that. And phase 8, you're cranking out 5 or more. So let's determine where you are right now. And that's super important. Just got this participant in. That's super important because instead of you thinking, I have to get my chin all the way above the bar like tomorrow, all right, let's break it down into maybe we can work on just getting to phase, if you're in phase 2, we're just gonna work on getting to phase 3. And we're not gonna worry about getting the chin above the bar because there's such an in-between piece here to getting your pull-up. And those are the places that you need to celebrate. You need to celebrate going from phase 2 to phase 3. You need to celebrate and only work on trying to get to a different phase instead of just saying to yourself, oh, I have to get my chin above the bar right away. No, instead, let's focus on these things. So where are you at? And where is the next phase for you? Focus on that. That's going to make this goal seem way less tedious. It's going to be way more exciting. And it's, again, really important to see where you are personally at right now. So phases we got here, can do 2.5 pull-ups. Awesome. So we've got all the people in here, everyone. We got a lot of phase 1s, a lot of phase 2s, few phase 3s. Awesome. So again, this is you versus your pull-up. Where is your next step and where can you go? And we use these phases in my pull-up revolution program because that's how we're allowed to see where you are, where you're getting stronger and what you specifically might need in order to get to the next phase and then the next one. And then finally chin above the bar, right? Or maybe 3. Some people come into the program and they're like trying to get 1 pull-up and they wind up coming out with 3. It's because we work through it with the phases. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to go through a quick little workout and we're going to work on the different steps that I do with my program, which is we warm up first, we activate, and we do stability drills first before we actually get into workout. You don't need a pull-up bar for any of this. Okay. If you do have a dumbbell, grab one, or you can grab like a wine bottle or something like that you can use. We're going to walk through this together. So you can really see what it's like to get those shoulders feeling good and feeling mobile. This is literally the foundations day 1 of the Pull-Up Revolution program, except it's like way more, like there's only, you go around a couple times. We're just going to go around once since we are in here. So let's get ready. If you are like, find a spot for us to warm up. And I'm actually going to I want to put on some music, but it might be too loud. So let's see if we can put some music on here. And we're going to start with a warm up. Obviously, you always got to warm up. This might be too loud. Okay, we're not going to do music because just in case, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So, all right, cool. So let's come on back. We're going to start with a nice shoulder warm up. Okay. So first we're going to circle those shoulders forward. Chest up nice and tall. I'm on my knees so you can see me. You can be standing if it's more comfortable for you. Circle it back. Chest up tall. Take that head, you're going to circle it all the way around. Drop your ear to each shoulder. Drop down. Circle it around. And let's go to the other way. Let's shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. We're gonna put our arms out to the side and we're gonna do what I like to call corkscrew. So one palm is gonna go up, the shoulder is gonna dip down, and then you're gonna alternate to the other side. Yeah. They're called corkscrews. I kind of feel like an Egyptian when I'm doing it, like side to side. Again, we're warming up those shoulders so we feel really good. Make sure you're breathing. Awesome. We're gonna drop down to our hands and to our feet. Tuck the toes under if you can. We're gonna arch the back, push through round the spine. Again, really warming up the upper body. If you are sitting and working all day, your shoulders tend to hunch forward. So these kind of warm-ups are really important before you actually do your workout. Awesome. Keep those hands planted. You're going to put one hand behind your head, open it up, place the hand down, one hand behind your back. And just rotate here, stay on this side. Make sure you're breathing. Awesome. Let's do the same thing on the other side, opening it up, twisting it. Awesome. Let's push back into our child's pose. We're going to make our hands super wide here. Okay. You're going to take your right arm over the left. You're going to hold it. Feel a nice pull on the side. And then you're going to do the other side. Switch. Yes. Amazing work. Side to side here. And last but not least, we're going to stretch out those wrists. So fingertips towards the body. Let's rock it forward and back. Circle around to the right. And let's circle around to the left. Awesome. Let's shake those hands out. Now we're going to get into the first piece of this, which is going to be the activation, which, hold on, let me just pull up the workout that we have on here. So first we're going to do is we're going to activate, and then we're going to work on stabilizing. So very important, again, all these things, because if you just are throwing yourself on the bar, you're just asking yourself to get injured, and we do not want you to get injured. So let me just, here we go. So for the activation one, we're going to be doing 3 different moves. We've got the tabletop holds for 30 seconds, dead bug for 30 seconds, and dumbbell stir the pot. So the only thing you're going to need any kind of equipment for would be the dumbbell stir the pots. If you don't have a dumbbell, totally fine. It can be the medium, light dumbbell, it doesn't matter. This is just kind of, again, getting your shoulders nice and warm and nice and ready. We're going to do each of these for 30 seconds. The whole reason we're doing these, and notice, I mean, we're not doing a pull-up right now, are we? Right? You notice that? We're making sure our core is stable. Very important, these things. A lot of people are skipping all these steps, okay? It's very, very important. So we're going to walk through each movement together. So the first one's going to be the tabletop hold. So you're going to come onto your back. We're going to lay back here. Your feet are at 90 degrees here. So 90 degrees. I want you to arch your back like excessively. Inhale, exhale, and push the low back to the ground. Okay, do that a few times. Inhale, exhale, push the low back to the ground. Okay, this is getting that core nice and ready. Okay, hold it there now, hold it down. Okay, take your hands, place them on your knees, push into your knees and knees into your hands, and push the lower back down. We're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. So hold, head is on the ground right here. 30 full seconds, breathe, keep pushing the low back down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep holding, push it down. Your core should be shaking, 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 shaking. 15 seconds left here. And again, this is all the prep before we're even going into any type of thing with the pull-up. We got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second, breathe. Put the feet down. Yes. Okay, awesome. Tabletop hold. So that is going to help you get your core nice and ready for the things that we're going to be doing on the bar. Okay. Keep your feet flexed. Keep your legs at 90 degrees. Inhale, exhale, push the low back down to the ground. Hands on your knees, using your hands again. This time we're going to do a dead bug. So you're going to extend the same arm and the same leg out while maintaining that core push. So here for 30 seconds. This is not about going fast. This is about slowing it down. Like someone had said on the testimonials that I put up before, sometimes you got to actually slow it down. Okay, sometimes doing things slower, doing a little less is better. Keep the core pushing, keep the low back pushing to the ground, extend it out. Almost there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Come on out. Raise your hand. Do you feel it here? Raise your hand. You got to feel it here, okay? How silly is that? You're just laying on the floor, right? That is now your core is nice and activated. The next thing we're going to do is a dumbbell stir the pot, which is just going to get our shoulder feeling nice and good because we got to make sure our shoulder is working in a bunch of different directions. So if you have a dumbbell, awesome. If not, it's okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your dumbbell and you're going to lean down. Okay. Lean down, hang out, and you're literally going to stir the pot. Stir it. So let's stir for 30 seconds one way, then we'll switch to the other side. Again, it's very simple. You're literally just stirring it around. And let's switch to the other direction. Stir it. You may not feel like much, but this is getting you prepped. And let's switch to the other side. So other side, weight is here. Stir it around. Doing 15 seconds one side, then we'll do the other side. If you had a bench, I don't have a bench right now. If you had a bench, you can put your hand on a bench and do it. Let's circle around the other way. Again, this is just getting that shoulder prepped. Like, hey, we're about to do something. All right, awesome. Come on out. So now our core is prepped. Our shoulders are pretty prepped. Recommended weight for these, I just would say medium. You're not trying to like do anything crazy with this. This is just warming up, light, medium, just something to get you kind of stirring around and feeling that body. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is stability drills. So again, I told you there's a lot of stuff going on your shoulders. We gotta make sure they're ready. So we're gonna do half kneeling, single arm dumbbell presses, 10 on each side, kneeling halos, which is also really good for overhead, your range of motion, and then single arm dumbbell walks. Okay, all this stuff, we're gonna be doing 10 of the first 2, and then we're just gonna be 30 seconds. Again, normally you go around this more. Since this is a workshop, I wanted to bring you through stuff because I'm very much the kind of person who wants you to take action and do stuff, but normally you'd be doing a couple rounds of these before you actually get into any type of workout. Okay, so the first one we're gonna do, like I said, again, is going to be the half kneeling single arm dumbbell press. So what you're gonna do, grab your dumbbell, you're gonna get into a little lunge on the floor, okay? I like to put one arm out to the side, one weight here. You're literally gonna press for 10. So it's inhale, exhale, press it all the way up, and then bring it back down. I do want you to bring your elbow down towards your rib cage. What does this remind you of? The pull up, right? Okay, so we're gonna do 10, 2, 3. This could be a little bit of a heavier weight as you get more confident with them. But again, we're just warming up. We're going all the way to 10. One more. 10. Do you feel a little burning right here? Good. That's where you should feel it. Other side. Pressing for 10. Reach. Keep going. Last one. Awesome. Thumbs up, feel good there? Simple. Again, we haven't even touched the pull-up bar yet. All right. Number 2, we're doing the halos. Halos are really, really great for stability. And also this is gonna be a great way to get your overhead range, right? So what you're gonna do is take your weight, hold it here, you're gonna hold it towards your face. Okay, we're gonna circle it around for 10. All the way around. Great work. Keep your chest up nice and tall, keep the core tight. Keep going, your shoulders should be burning. Awesome, let's do it the other way. Keep going. And 10. Awesome. Again, shoulders should be burning. Again, this is a great way to get your shoulders nice and stable to also work on that overhead range. And last but not least, we're legit gonna walk around with the weight over our head. Okay, it's gonna seem super silly and you're like, what the hell? It's okay if it's a lightweight. Okay, so what you're gonna do is take your weight, chest up tall, raise it over the head. Okay, and we're just gonna walk. Keep the core tight. And I want you to really push through that arm. Push that arm. This is helping with that overhead range, right? All the stuff that we just went over before. So keep walking, stand tall, stand proud. Again, obviously, if you get more comfortable with these movements, you can start to increase your weights. But right now, we're just going nice and simple. Awesome, let's bring that weight down. We're gonna go to the other side, up, walk. Maybe notice, maybe one side was a little bit easier than the other. Walk it out. I feel like I want to put the Walk It Out song on. I can't put in that on because I'll copyright music, but I would if I could. Keep going. 2 and 1. Awesome. Let's put that weight down. Awesome. All right. So then nothing too crazy, right? But just simple things. And obviously there's so many other activation drills we go through and stability drills, but I wanted to give you some of the basic ones that we do in the pull-up program. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to do some stuff on the bar. Okay. And it's going to be very, very simple. Now, this is, again, literally workout number 1 from Pull-Up Revolution, except it's a shortened version of it. And this is Foundations Week. Foundations Week. I give you a whole week where we have to go through foundational stuff to make sure you're prepped to do these pull-ups. Okay. Because I'm not just going to throw you on the bar and have you starting to do things. Okay. So we always have little challenges at the end of Foundation Week. So the challenge for the first day, and some of you actually did Pull-Up Revolution, so you actually probably know this. We're made it a little bit shorter, but we're going to be doing 2 different things. You're going to be doing 15 shoulder shrugs and 30 plank hip taps. So let me just walk you through them first, and then you're going to time how long this takes you. Now, the tricky and the funny part about this is I tell people to time themselves to do this, and then they're like, yeah, I did it really fast. And I'm like, no, that's not the point. The point isn't to do it fast. The point is actually to do it in control and a little bit slower than you would normally think. Okay, so let me just show you the 2 movements and then you guys will go through them. So movement number 1 is a shoulder shrug. So kind of like we were showing before, you're gonna come up, either feet in front of you or feet behind you. You're gonna relax the shoulders and then bring them up, again, away from the ears, come back down slow. So you're gonna be doing 15 of these, slow and controlled. Obviously, if you can't do 15 in a row, no big deal. Just do like 3, come down, then go back up and just keep going until you get up to 15. Once you've completed the 15, you're gonna drop down to the floor. You've got 30 plank hip taps. So you're gonna get onto your elbows. You're gonna tap your hip to one side, come in the middle, tap to the other side. You're gonna do 30 of these in total. Now, the reason I combine both of those is because, again, it's gonna be working our core and it's gonna be working you, again, this is Foundations Day 1 for Pull-Up Revolution. You need to get the lats to fire. That's super important, right? Okay, so that's what we're gonna do to start for this workout. So we're gonna do 15. I'm gonna put the timer, I'll put my phone on the screen so you can write down your time after. 15 of the shoulder shrugs. Again, if you need to drop down, if your grip won't hold on for that long, literally totally fine. Okay, just drop down if you need to. And then you're gonna be doing 30 plank hip taps, and the 30 is 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 30. Okay, I'm gonna put the timer on. We're gonna go in 3, in 2, and 1. So let's go for your shrugs. I'll take a look at them as you go. All the way up, shrug the shoulders. Remember, it's about going slow. And Amber, yeah, we can chat later and I can see if I can help you find a bar. So again, if you don't have a bar, just stick through because we're gonna be going through a ton of stuff after this still. So you're doing shrugs, 15 of them. Relax and come down. Inhale, exhale. It's not about going fast, it's about going slow. Slow it down. Slow and controlled. And your elbows should be completely straight in the shrug. Laura, yours look awesome. Great work. See some really good ones in here. And feel free if you're doing them, I know maybe you don't have your camera on, but you can totally put your camera on so I can see it. Once you're done with your 15, you hop right to the floor. You do your 30 plank hip taps, 30 of them. So get into your plank, hit one side, come to the middle, and then go to the other side. So side to side here. You're 30 in. It's okay, Jessica. Yeah, wait, cross your feet behind you. I saw you. Cross your feet behind you. Get nice and long. Make your hands a little wider and just do a little shrug, nice and slow. You got it. You got it. Slow, slow, slow. You're okay. You're okay. I know. It probably feels at first you're like, your body's like, what? Yep. And then once you're done, hop down, do those plank hip taps. And then you can record your time after. There's a reason we record our times. There's a reason we track everything in the pull-up program. Always, you're tracking the entire time to make sure that you're getting stronger, to making sure that we can make tweaks if we need to. Awesome. Give me a thumbs up if you're done too. Thumbs up. Awesome. Awesome. Shouldn't be a crazy long time, but awesome. Yep. So write your number down. So how many of you were you like shrugging your shoulders and you're like, okay, it's like that. That's kind of hard. Raise your hand. Yeah, we got to get better. You just got to practice and get better at those, right? Because we don't do those every day, right? Who's walking around doing that? Nobody. Nobody's walking around it. It's 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Awesome, Amy. Yeah, so making sure that you're getting more comfortable with that bottom piece of your pull-up is again going to be another piece that is a game changer in you actually getting it. Everyone's just trying to rush and just pull up on the bar, or trying to rush and do the assisted band pull-ups, but that's not the way that you're actually going to get your pull-up. You got to work on the bottom stuff. You got to get really strong at this stuff here. I think it was about a minute. Awesome. 1 minute and 39 seconds, shrug hard, stayed on the bar the whole time. Awesome. Great that you were able to stay on the bar the whole time. Again, celebrate those wins. Those wins are really, really important to celebrate while you're going through this journey. So you're probably wondering, like, now what? Like, what do I do? Like, okay, cool. Because I just gave you some basic stuff to do. So we're going to go back into my little slides. So now what? You need to be consistent. Okay. If you want to get your pull-up, the first thing I asked Liz, who's at the beginning of this entire presentation, was I said, if you want to get your pull-ups, you need to get it in 18, like it was like 14 to 18 days. I was like, you need to be consistent. You have to show up and you have to do the work for it. And again, it's not only doing pull-ups all day, it's working that entire body, because that's what your pull-up is. You need to show up and do drills. Drills are super important, very important. You need to get off the band as much as possible. Did you notice I didn't put you on a band at all today? There's no band. The band, there's a place for it, for sure. There's a place for it. We definitely use it, but the band helps you with the hardest part of the pull-up, which is the bottom. If you don't have the bottom work, you're not going to be able to get anywhere. Like great that the band gives you that feeling of getting up there, but you need to master the bottom piece of this to really get it. And then you really need to get these muscles to work and get them to fire up. So let's go through some other stuff in here. So, all right, so you need to get this to work. Here's another pull-up. This is actually Becky. So Becky did the 30-day program. She was able to get like 1.5. Yeah, so it's like 1.5 after the program. She was literally just hanging on the bar. She went through everything meticulously. We made sure she got everything she needed. But for her mobile was to stay mobile. And as she gets older, the program is just what she needed for that. And she really liked how in the program, we could constantly break down the education on how to break down the pull-up. Okay, so you're not, again, it's not just the bottom to the top. There's a whole in-between phase that we're doing in there. For pull-up revolution, what we always do is we start with a strength test. So we weren't able to do that on here today, but you have to figure out where you're at right now. Where are you at right now? We did the phases, we figured out your mobility, but we always take on day one, we go through the strength test. So that's max non-assisted pull-ups, and I make you video it, even if you're just like hanging there, not going anywhere, and make you video it. Your max assisted pull-ups, your max hangs, your VNs, and notice how this is, again, full body stuff we're testing to see where you're at, okay? And this is you versus you. So you do this on day one and you'll do this on day 30, okay? So always making sure that you're testing to see where you're at. With the program as well, we always, again, first week is foundational. So we're all doing foundations. That's really important to make sure that you know where you are. I gave you a little snippet of what we did, but that's not even close to like, we do a ton of other stuff on there. Every Sunday we do Zoom classes. So just like this, we actually do Zoom classes, working out. It depends on like where everyone's at that week. We might do mobility. We might do drills. We might just, it just really depends on where it is, but every Sunday we have a class. And again, all the workouts are broken up into upper, lower, upper, core and grip, challenge day. And we always can make adjustments on you. So every week we are checking in on you and we're making adjustments on the specific programming for you. You might need more, you might need less, like you might have other stuff going on. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need. I also, last time, Kasim was for the, in this group, but we added an whole extra week. We added a whole, so they're technically 30 days, but we added a whole other week and we just did some mobility and stuff like that. And then we actually did the strength test together as a team. So it was actually really, really fun. Here's another pull-up. This is Lauren crushing it. Like, come on. She was just like hanging on the bar in here. And just another quote from someone. I've been doing IG workouts for the past 1.5 years, and they were effective. My main goal was to get a pull-up, and no matter how much stronger I was getting, I clearly hadn't been working the right muscle groups. This program taught me that sometimes less is actually more. So I really break down stuff for you. So if that sounds like something that you've been doing over and over again, like this is, again, I created this for everyone on here so they can finally crush their pull-up. So what is Pull-Up Revolution? In case you want to do more and you want to be a part of Revolution program, it's 30 days of workouts via the True Coach app, direct access to me and 2 other coaches. We actually personalize and we do modify the workouts based on you. We have class every Sunday. Again, the time is determined kind of based on the crew and where everyone's at. After coaching is over, I literally give you the entire program for free. So you have it, you could use it whenever you want, do it over and over again, whatever. And then we also have mindset and nutrition stuff in there. This starts February 6th. I only am doing this 3 times a year. So if you want to do coaching, like it's a lot of work for me on my end. I want to make sure everyone gets what they need. We're starting next Sunday for this. This is a little bit what the app looks like. So we give you a full PDF, but you have an entire app that you actually go through and all the workouts are in there. All these movements are all voiceovered. So we have all directional stuff in there. I walk through the workout with you and you're able to actually send in video and messages, everything, so that we can like tweak the workout. We can even tweak the entire workout program if we needed to. So it's so much more than like, we're not just giving you a workout to do. Like we're legitimately checking in on you daily. Again, it's me and 2 other coaches. So you can send in, I think I might actually show an example here. You can send in legitimately on this video. You can say, yeah, here we go. Like you can type in your result. I actually think I did so many typos on here when I was trying it, but you can type in like, hey, I'm having problems with this one. I don't know what to do. And then you send in a full video of it. And then we get back to you and we're like, hey, we're actually going to add this, this, and this because we want your skill to look like this. So it's pretty cool because you actually get direct access to coaches. It's not just like, here's a program, good luck. Like I'm not a big fan of that. So some more pull-up wins, love the program, would highly recommend it. I'd love if you broken down the moves so I can get better. Really enjoyed the program. She's really great. She was actually in my friend's program, so she was pretty cool. Loved every aspect of the program. The pull-up journey is so hard to narrow it down, but I would say Warrior is your favorite. She feels so much stronger, better understanding of the pull-up. And now for pricing, that's probably what everyone wants to know for Pull-Up Revolution. For the 30 days of workouts, the Zoom calls, the lifetime access to the program, the modules. Normally when you're doing coaching programs like this, if anyone's ever done one before, they're normally like $1,500. Like they're really they're very expensive. I didn't want to make that for any of you guys. I wanted everyone to be able to access it. So it's only $299. That's literally it. Or you can even break it down into 2 payments. So the 2 payment plan as well. But again, you have full access to the program after it. You have coaching with me for the full 30 days. It's actually even longer than 30 days. And it's really just a priceless program. You are not going to just be doing pull-ups, though we are pull-up focused. You're going to be doing, again, upper, lower, core, everything. And you're going to have access to us the entire time. I only can take 30 people in the program. There's 24 spots left right now. I only do it 3 times a year. And again, I literally I know some places will be like, oh, I can only take 30 people. I'm like, no, I literally can only take 30 people because I can't coach any more than that. I really need to make sure that I'm on top of you and making sure that you're getting where you need for your pull-up. Wanted to end off the seminar today with any questions that you might have. And this can be not just on the program, but maybe on something specifically that you're stuck with. So let's go into the chat box. I'm actually gonna stop sharing my screen. And any questions that you have, please let me know and we can go through them. And this could be specifically for where you're at right now. This could be on the program. Whatever it is for you. And also if you're just kind of on the fence, you're like, oh, I don't know if pull-up coaching is for me, totally get it. Next week, I'm doing 15-minute free calls so we can chat even more one-on-one to see if it would be a right fit for you. So again, I'll send you all that stuff in the link later on, but I would love to know what questions you might have, or even if you don't have questions, if you have a takeaway. How do we strengthen the palms to keep hanging on the bar for a longer time? Any drills for that? So absolutely, that's all in the program. That's why we have a core and grip day. So there's tons of different things that you can do. One of the main things is just hang on the bar. You got to get your hands stronger. I'm not a fan of the gloves. So get rid of the gloves, buy gloves, see you later. You need to make sure you're holding on with your actual hand. And yes, you're going to build up some little bumps. You're going to probably get a couple of calluses. It's going to be athlete hands. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It gets better as you go with it. I would suggest you getting liquid chalk, or I actually have athletic tape. I wrap my bar sometimes with athletic tape. My gym has one of those machines where you can kneel on the thing and assist it with pull up. Is that helping, or should we focus more on the workout? No, that doesn't help either. Get off of that. So same thing with that machine, with that assisted machine, that's going to help you at the bottom of the pull-up. It's literally throwing you up at the bottom of the pull-up. That's not going to help you get your pull-up. I've had so many people message me and be like, I've been on the assisted machine over and over again, and they're not able to get up. It's because you got to get on to the actual bar. And again, there's so many other drills that we can go through, that I do go through, in order to show you how to get past that little hump of that pull-up so that you can finally get up there. But yes, I would not go on that machine anymore. I mean, it's fun, it will throw you up there, but you need to get off the band or go really light with the band and make sure that you're actually doing that initial shrug and then pulling if you're using the band. If you can do pull-ups with the band, should we continue to do these, or do you want us to stay totally off the band while going through the program? So there's going to be certain places where you are going to be using the band for sure. Like I said, there's a time and place for the band, but I'm going to show you exactly how to use them. And you're going to be going lighter than you would normally assume, right? Some people just throw on the band and they're going super heavy with it, and then it's just flinging them up. So we would go lighter with the band. But yes, we still do assisted pull-ups, but we change the way you're doing them so that you're doing them correctly, and we make sure that you're on a lighter band. So yes, you still will be using a band. Do you need a band to do the program, or just in general? To do the program, yes, you are going to need bands. You will need a pull-up bar. Like I have this one right here. I have a list. So if you want the list, I'll actually put that in the email after. If you want the list of the 2 bars I personally had that I loved, I had this one. And if you saw me in my apartment in New Jersey, I had the freestanding one. I'll show you those. And then I have this little bag here of bands with all different types in there. So it's not that much at all. People have recommended to do negatives. Does that help any? Yes, so we will be doing negatives, but again, I don't find it beneficial if you're not stuck at the bottom of your pull-up. If you go to try and do a negative right now, you're probably just going to drop down. Anyone ever try that? You go to do the negatives, like you top the bar and you just like fall, so we're going to be working. Yes, we will totally get there. We will totally be working on negatives as well. The negatives help build strength, but you have to build other pieces of strength first before you do that. But yes, they are helpful, and that is another way to help you get your pull-up. People have recommended. Okay. Any other questions? All great questions here, and no question is stupid. So don't ever, if you're sitting there like, I have a question, but I don't know. And again, we can always talk about it later if you want to. How long do the workouts take on average? So the workouts take about 30 to 45 minutes. So never crazy. And I really want you to focus on your form. And I say the range because everybody is different, right? Everyone's going to be different on how they do that. I do suggest that you make sure that you're really, especially the foundations week, like really taking your time with them and really making sure you're understanding each movement, but they're not going to be taking these are not 2-hour workouts by any means or anything. Are we doing the bar on one day next Sunday? So the first call that we have for Pull Up Revolution, which is next Sunday, that one, we aren't using the bar. That's going to be more of us walking you through, making sure you're set up on the app correctly, knowing exactly what to do for foundations week. So we aren't technically going to be working out the first day next week. I might see if whoever's in the crew wants to do the strength test as a team, because we do that at the end. And I personally love doing the strength test as a team. So we might do the strength test as a team. Again, it's going to depend. I'm going to send a message out to everybody. And again, that's what's so cool about this, right? We can personalize this. Every program that I've done, it's a little bit different, because it depends on you. It depends on the people. So yeah, you might need the bar on Sunday if we do the strength test. If not, it's going to be us just walking through how to use the app, where you're finding everything. I want to make sure, how annoying is it if you buy a program, you have no idea where anything is and how to use it. It gets annoying. So you want to make sure you have exactly what to do. Do you know the dates for when you're offering this year? I can't do February, but would like to do the next offering. I don't have the next date. Again, we're just doing it 3 times a year. We'll probably do the next one in the spring, but I don't have a date yet. You can get on the wait list. That's always really important if you want to do coaching there. I also do have 2 do-it-yourself programs. Again, I like them, but you don't get as much out of it with the coaching. And someone had said that before. I don't think, is Jean on here? I don't know if Jean is on here right now, but her and I were talking and she was just like, oh, I wonder if I should have just done one of the mini programs first. And I'm like, honestly, the coaching is the way to go, because you're actually going to do it. You're going to finish it. You're going to have support the entire time. But yeah, you can join the wait list or message me, but I don't know the specific date for the next one yet. Where can we ask questions before the program starts? Before the program starts, you probably will be in the Facebook group. You can go to the Facebook group. If you wanted to do a 15-minute call, I'm doing those next week for free. 15-minute one-on-one calls. We can chat more about you specifically, or if you have questions on the program to see if you feel like it's a good fit. Again, I'll send out that link after this. But just note with the spots, there's only 24. So if you're like, I really want to do this, make sure you sign up, because I legitimately, and again, I'll say this over and again, I cannot take more than that. It's just not possible for me to do. Of course, I need to drop off. Of course, so great. So happy that you enjoyed today. Any other questions? Again, this could be on your specific pull-up goals or anything at all. Here to help you. I really do want you to get your pull-up. You've seen, I mean, this is just it's so much more than just your pull-up. And that's why I enjoy doing this so much. Any other questions at all? I'll stay on a little bit longer. I'm gonna need a call. I think we have to redo it. Yeah, Steph, don't worry. We'll go through that. We'll go through that. I have some people in my other program, so we're gonna tweak some things around to make sure that they're not overtraining. That's the other thing too, right? If you're on here and you're like, yo, I have other program doing right now, we can make tweaks to make sure that you're not overtraining and that you're getting just the right amount in. The gym bar is broken in 2 pieces. Do you recommend getting the one like you have? I personally love the one on my door. I think it's great. So yeah, I would. And I think it's like $40. It's really not a lot. Just pop it on your wall and you can take it in and out whenever you want. Yeah, I really like it personally. I liked the freestanding bar also, but I do feel like I like this one a little better. On the 15-minute, can we send you a video and chat about what you're seeing? Yes, you can totally send me a video. You can totally look at your pull-up for the 15 minutes and see where you're at and see where you want to go. You recommend liquid chalk for palm issues? I have same problem that my palms hurt more than. Yes, I would definitely use liquid chalk. I have some actually over here. Another thing you can do if you have like this bar at home, I have athletic tape, and I'll make a video on this soon. You can take athletic tape and just wrap it around the bar. It makes it just feel a little bit more firm, but it's going to take some time. Like learning a pull-up, you're an athlete, right? You're going to have a couple little pains in your hands here or there. It's okay. It's okay. It's completely normal. It does get better. It does go away. I also trained 2 days with a trainer and wouldn't want to make sure I'm overdoing it. Absolutely, Ruth. So yeah, so if you're training with a trainer and stuff like that, what you do is we normally tell people to do this on Sunday, we look through the programming, we say, hey, when are you doing your workouts with your trainer? We can adjust and change around your schedule. Like that's what's so awesome about the app. I can actually change it, like could literally change it right there and make sure that you're not overdoing it and see what you're doing there. So yeah, that's what's really cool about it. Of course. Yeah, of course. Again, much more personalized and just like a here, do it yourself type of thing. There's so many times where people who just like get the programs and they can do it on their own, but there's the majority of the time having accountability and having an actual coach with you, it makes you show up for yourself. It just does. Okay. Cause you might start like for a week and be like, oh God, I'm going to work on my pull up. And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, I'm not going to do it anymore. Like I got other stuff going on. Thank you. I'm excited. This is a goal I've had for a long time. Of course. Yes. I'm really excited for you to get it. Again, it's literally, I love helping people get their pull-ups. It's my favorite thing ever. So yeah. Any other questions on here at all? And again, I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link to this replay for this video. It might take me a little bit to load up. So give me like an hour or so. So I'll load up the replay. I'll send it to you so you have it. I'll also send you the link for Pull-Up Revolution if you want to sign up. And in that link is also if you want to like set up that 15-minute call and chat next week. If you want to do pull-up coaching though, just know you really need to book the call before the 6th because I have to set you up on the app. I set everyone up manually. So I want to make sure that you have everything you need before the 6th. So I would try and do maybe like a Monday or Wednesday if you can. You make it look so easy. Would love to join. How much time commitment per day? So for the pull-up program, like I was saying, it's like 30 to 45 minute workouts. And again, we can adjust them based on you. So 35, 45 minutes workouts. And then Sunday, we have class like this every Sunday, which is great. You're amazing. Of course. So happy that you enjoyed it. Again, if you need anything at all, feel free to message me personally. Let me know if you had a takeaway from this that really helped you with your pull-up. Of course. And I hope to see you all in Pull-Up Revolution. I hope to see you all crushing your pull-up. That's the main goal here, is to get you all the way at the top of the bar. So I will see you all later. I'll load this up for you guys and hope you have a great rest of your Sunday.